All right, guys. This weekend was a little busy, and I did not get to practice. Normally, Sunday evenings is my practice days for the upcoming week. We were busy. We were out, got home late, so I didn't get any practice in. So that's why I'm not running the Porsche Cup tonight. Tonight being Monday night. So instead, what I thought I need to get some practice in for the Spa 24-hour race this coming weekend. My team will be running that Saturday morning. And I figure I'd go through the process and kind of show you guys what I do to prepare, not just for an endurance race, but basically overall. My team has already already decided on the setup. So I have not driven these cars since the new update. I know the tire's different. I know I don't like the same setup that some of these other guys do. I like a looser setup. Our setup guy, he likes a tighter setup, which is probably better for everybody. So, to start off, I load up a practice session. I know this week there's already a practice session for the Spa 24-hour race, but I can't enable the driving line. And every week I enable the driving line just to kind of figure out, give me an idea of where my braking zones are at. Not going to change. So the only thing that we would change would be the rear angle and the brake bias. So ABS and traction control settings are kind of high for my opinion. I think I run normally 4.3. Right now, I will leave the brake bias set as is, and we will go run some laps.
Pit lane speed limit is 45 miles per hour.
Really what I'm doing right now is just trying to figure out brake markers. I know I just ran this not too long ago in the Porsche Cup, but braking points for this car versus Porsche Cup are going to be a little bit different. And there's a slide already. Cold tires. Like I said, first time I've been in this car since the update. So we'll take a little easy going up that hill until we get some heat in the tires.
Cold tires all around.
Ooh. Okay. This thing turns so much better than the Porsche Cup. Of course, I always struggle in the Porsche anyways to get that thing to turn. I know I'm slow right now, that's fine. Cold tires, like I said, All I'm doing right now is trying to figure out my braking points, kind of eyeing out. Once I get that figured out, then I turn the line off. Once I get comfortable with where I need to kind of be braking, wow, need to go turn on my race labs, and my practice sessions aren't getting along very well. So I'll just run a few laps here. Well, I guess I'll run more than that.
Okay, Zane, we need to watch these track limits.
Alright, so second lap, or first full lap, you still can't go. Alright, let me turn on... get my layouts working here. Just me, or did it used to be easier to just activate a layout? My layouts still aren't running. I don't know why, but practice session, my layouts don't really start up. Because I don't even have them on my screen. It's not that you guys aren't seeing them, or the only ones not seeing them. I'm not seeing them either. Oh, I gotta turn it to manual. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna do this again. Be a little more careful up the
Tyre temps are good.
up the corner up here. Alright. Okay. I didn't even think I was on the brake hard enough that time. Alright, how hard was I on the brake there? Alright, we will try this again.
Your tyres are cold, watch out.
Overdrove the corner. Drove it in too deep. Cold tires. Got it back. Braking points up some. Can't drive in deep until I get some heat in the tires. Like I said, the new update is completely new to me. Tires are gonna bite me, I got a feeling. Which is fine, I just gotta figure it out. And this is why I don't join the practice sessions, because I don't want to ruin anybody else's races. I want to screw up and not worry about anybody else. Really got away from me again. Very aggravating when you got to keep starting over. Slid the tires there. Tires a little warmed up. Not enough to where I got any grip, but yeah, I keep expecting to spin the tires right there. Alright, let's see if I can't survive this corner. Okay, so so far we made it farther than we ever have. Tires still need some heat in them. So I know I have a time that I want to aim for, being normally I don't, going off of teammates, but being that VRS is their timeout, I've got an idea of what time I'm shooting for, so have to save that. I think I drove in a little deep there. Tires that weren't going to make that stick. Tires are very different from before the update. remember I can actually
That last lap was
smash
at
the throttle.
223.53.
Now, that was a very, very slow lap for me. Well, very slow lap period, not just for me. Time I want to get under is at 20.93. Teammates are running 17s, 18s, so I got some time to find. Okay, felt a little bit better there. See if I can't drive into this corner a little bit deep. Tire temps or tire pressure is about up to 25 now. I mean, I can tell right now I need a lower brake bias just to feel comfortable. Okay, this corner is going to be tricky for me.
Sector 2 time is quick. Just done at 221.37. Sector 3 time is fast.
Like I said, I want to get below 20.93. Pretty sure I can try flat footing it through their next lap. This is only lap 3. Normally my faster times don't come until end of the run anyways. Some of my teammates can run a much faster time at the beginning. I am very much a rhythm driver and I have to find my rhythm.
That lap time was 221.04. Sector 3
Still
time's
not
okay.
where I want to be. So I'll kind of keep running with the line on until I can get in that goal that I want to be in, which is under 20.93. The reason I set that goal is that is 103% of what VRS time is. So
Sector 1 time is good.
I gotta figure out.
Watch these track limits.
Gotta figure out that corner.
Penalty.
I'm gonna have to really back that corner up. Well, I was on track to get below my mark. So we'll give it another lap. Need to back up that corner that I'm really struggling with. It does not like braking and turning at the same time. It's not very fast braking and turning. Still somehow managed to gain some time there and got below my mark. All right, so I got below my mark. I know I'd get lower if I would have had a cleaner lap there. So at this point in time, I feel comfortable about where my brake marker should be, where I should be braking. So now I'm going to go and turn off the line. And we're going to get back out there, run some more laps. Now, once you get your brake markers figured out and you start running with the line off, you should be faster because you're not worrying about or paying attention to the line. You can pay attention to other things around you. Oh, that corner's going to kill me. These new tires. Now I'm going to be so scared to come out on fresh tires and wreck right there. Or get wrecked because I'm so nervous about cold tires that I go really slow and I get run over from behind. Yeah, that car, the rear end just really wants to come out from under you back there. Alright, I gotta remember 2 laps, cold tires, back up my braking marker. This corner is going to be the death of me. Not worried about my Delta right now. I am 1 on cold tires, and you just turned the line off, so you're still really unsure about where your brake markers are at. But I run with the line on, and then run with the line off. I know I can run. I can run within the 103% with the line on. I shouldn't have any problem doing it with the line off. So still, my brain still think I'm driving the Porsche Cup. Okay, so survived that one. Now I'm practicing like 7 p.m. because that should be about what time I'm going to be in the car.
Sector 1 is 0.6, off your best.
Sim time anyways. Oh, miss the apex there.
Sector 2 is 0.30, off your best.
I've been too deep. I tried. Didn't work.
Just done a 222.12. That puts you 1.1 seconds.
Survived 2 laps. There's a lot of time in turn 1.
Sector 1 is 0.44, slower than your best.
That in third. This car does not like this corner.
Sector 2 time is good.
It's only lap 2, but technically it's 3 laps on the tires.
You've just done a 2:21.21. Sector 3 time is quick.
Okay, so by lap 3, I can pretty much flat-foot it through there.
Sector 1 time's okay.
This corner is going to be the death of me. Break a little straighter line. Lost a lot of time there.
Sector 2 time is okay.
Driving in a little deeper there than I was.
That lap was a 2:20.38. Good lap.
That was a 20.38. Again, ran faster without the line. So now
Front left, 98%. Rear right,
we're going to
99.
start playing with brake bias. So default's at 54. I'm going to go down 4 clicks. Actually, I'm going to go down 8 clicks. And we're going to go run some laps and see if we can spin it under braking. So at 54, I know I can run within the 103 mark and not spin it in the corners, with the exception of turn, what is it, 10, 11, whatever it is. So back up our braking points, cold tires again. Slow down enough. Oh man, cold tires don't want to turn. That's one reason why you really got to back up your braking points. Corner there was a little sketchy. Broke normal. Didn't back that one up any, but I still felt a little free. Been braking too early here. Traction control kicked in. Alright, so only the second lap, so still gotta be careful going up here. You slow down enough. So right there, basically trying to slow down and not apply any brake while we're turning there.
That lap time was 2:20.94. Sector 3 is a tenth off your best.
Alright, so here we are, basically lap 2, but again, third lap because the out lap. A little lift there, not much. Probably did more than I needed to. Now we're going to see normal braking points and see if we're going to spin this thing.
Sector 1 is quick. Sector 2 time is okay.
Alright, so we got around the track, didn't spin.
That was at 2:19.66.
We ran a 19.6.
Sector 3 time is quick.
Now we're going to go back to the garage, go back. And yes, I have a button box, I can do it, but we're rather do it in here. So we did 8 clicks. We're going to do another 8 clicks. All right, so now we're going to run with the brake bias at 50.8, which means what we're doing is we're moving the, we're putting more brakes in the rear than we are in the front. I like running, like I said, I like running a looser car. Looser car to me helps turn in. And that's why I run a lower brake bias, because I can get the car to rotate under brakes. Now what I don't want to do is get the car to rotate too much under braking. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find the point where too much, and I just didn't slow down. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find the point where too much rear brake is too much. That sounds like a double. And that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to find that point, and then I'll back off of it. But because I don't know where it's at, I have to. I'm taking a. It's kind of a military artillery approach to it. Overshoot, and then rule of halves. I don't know what it's actually called. But it'll hopefully make more sense when I get to that point, when I find that spot. Now right now, if I was to spin right now, it's kind of hard to determine, okay, is it the brake bias or is it just the cold tires? Now run enough laps that I should know how, until you hit the curbing like that, I should know how to get around for the first 2 laps. Okay? Fairly quickly. Now this is a slow lap because I had that one mess up, but fairly quickly, without costing too much time. I want to get some heat in the tires. So let's get through this lap here.
Sector 1 is 0.48.
Feeling that this brake bias might be a little too much, because when I come into that corner next time, it might be a little too hot and I might end up spinning. Now prior to this whole tire update, you could nearly take it out first lap and determine, okay, too much brake bias, not enough. Now you kind of got to get the tires all warmed up before you can really test the limits of what you're trying to do.
Sector 2 is 0.30 off your best.
All right. That was a bad lap.
That was 220.85. Sector 3 is 0.41 off your best.
Now we're going to try to push. Now we got some heat in the tires. Should be able to push a little bit more. We're just doing a very slight lift. Oh, I made that stick. Okay, we didn't run a faster lap.
Was 219.71. Sector 3 times okay.
But we didn't wreck it. So again, it's a lot of trial and error. So it's 1, 2. We're gonna go down another 8 clicks. Now, the speed that I've gained since lowering the brake bias, I will say it's not all because I've been lowering the brake bias. It's because I've been running laps. I mean, I've ran 16 laps so far. So I'm getting more familiar with the track in this car, getting more comfortable. So okay. So that right there, I've done enough cold tire laps.
Left front,
I shouldn't have spun right there.
Rear left,
So
99.
we're gonna say the 49.2 is too low. So I went 8 clicks down. Now this is where I was talking about rule of halves earlier. I overshot, so I'm gonna come back 4 clicks. Now I'm gonna go drive it at 50%. And we're gonna run 3 laps. See if I spin. because normally I'm used to coming out in second gear, not first. Because normally every 5 laps during a race,
We've got cold tyres, we need to get some heat into them.
I will lower the brake bias 1 click to compensate for tire wear. So where I start my run brake bias wise is not, I'm going to continue to lower it as the run goes to help save the front tires so I don't burn those off. Okay, that was me. That was not the brake bias. That was not slowing down enough. That corner a little too close and nothing to do with brakes. Alright, still got cold tires. So we'll back it up a little bit more than where we want. Brakes are warmed up. Brakes are stopping better now as well.
Sector 2 is 0.25, slower than your best.
Now, we're getting close to the end of our practice. I say that because we've only got, on the brake bias, if this works or doesn't work, we've only got 2 more adjustments we're going to make to it to determine our final starting brake point. Nearly threw it all the way right there.
Your lap time was 2:20.36. You're currently 0.7 off your best.
Now, this lap, not going to be our fastest lap because we messed up on the exit of the chicane. But we're not really going for speed. We're looking for our final adjustment. Didn't slow down enough there, but I made it stick. Could very easily have spun out there, so I think the 50 is going to be good for us, which means we can probably lower it back down. We're getting very close to where we want it. I can feel it. Just don't know which way I need to go. So
Sector 2 time is quick.
okay, so right there, 50 actually may not be where I want it, because I got on the brakes a little hard there and it nearly come around on me. I was able to catch it, but that's not where I want to be come race time when I got traffic around me. Remember, we want the brake bias where we can control it, where it feels comfortable, but we're not out of control.
220.16.
So
now 0.5, slower than your best.
Because of that, I'm actually going to go. So now we went up 4. We originally went down 8. We went back up 4. That's a little dicey, so I'm going to go up 2. If that would have been good, I would have gone down by 2 clicks. But because of that one corner, I'm going to go up by 2. So now we'll go run. So we really only have, got that one a little too tight. So we really only have 6 laps left, and we will have figured out our brake bias. But I drove a little too deep in there on cold tires. Because the problem I'm having right now, I come out, say my second stint, I don't know why I went down to first. My brakes won't be as cold as they are now. They will be warmed up. Tires will be cold, so I only have half the issue I'm having right now. think I'm getting that corner figured out. Probably not fast. I'm probably losing time there, but getting it comfortable. So this video is already an hour long. I mean, it can take some time to figure out when you don't have a starting point. I'm debating, I may go ahead and do a video on how I practice for my weekly series.
Sector 1 is a 10th off your pace.
That is about the same, just not as long, except for week 1. Because I have an idea of where I want to start with my brake bias. And actually, if I kept track of here, I could do it here too with this car. See, it's still touchy right there. All right, so it's touchier than what I would like. So we know we ran here and we ran just fine. Here is a little iffy, so we're gonna go one click up and we're gonna run it. Trying to push too hard. Been doing this for an hour. I'm ready to be done. I hate testing. All right.
We've got cold tyres, we need to get some heat into them.
I gave it about second lap throttle, not first lap throttle, and that was my problem. That was me. That, I mean, brakes, obviously, but cold tires just drove it in too deep. Like I said, tired of practicing. I hate practicing. So I could actually just call it good. This is 50.6. I could call it good at 50.8 because we ran that, had no issue. But I want to fine tune my brake bias to figure out where I need to start. Because once you find your brake bias, you've got two options. Well, you have more options than that, but I limit myself to 2 options. So, because what happened earlier is I drove in too deep. I don't have the heat in the tires. I don't have the heat in the brakes, so I pressed harder on the brakes, and that's what caused me to go around. Cutting that entry too shallow.
Sector 1 is a tenth off your best.
Wow, lost a lot of time through there. That felt a lot better than the last 2 times with the brake bias through there. Alright, so we got the first 2 laps. Now we'll run this one hard.
That was a
I think we'll be fine on the brake bias.
Currently 0.6 off your best.
This is like my 23rd lap, 22nd lap, I think. She got a little loose there under braking, but nothing too serious, too major. If I'd have just backed up my braking a little bit, I'd have been okay. So tires are sticking a little bit better there. Oh yeah, sticks real good there. In fact, I could probably, I don't know if I can go a little deeper, but I do know I need to turn in a little later, get a better exit. So equal to the fastest
The lap
time.
was at 2:19.66. Less than a tenth off your best.
I keep running, I get a little bit faster. So we have determined where my brake bias is, 50.6. Now, you can either start here, or once you find your brake bias, up it by 2. And the reason I say that is because if you're at the start of the race, you're in traffic, and there is a big old checkup in front of you, and you slam the brakes, if your brake bias is too low, it will cause you to spin. Okay, that 2-click adjustment can help prevent that. May not prevent that completely, but the likelihood of you spinning because you jab on the brakes too hard, too quick, whatever, is less if you go up 2 clicks. Now, I'm not going to be starting the race, so I'm not going to have a whole lot of traffic in front of me. So 50.6 is where I'm going to start. Now, I need to run some more laps. I'm not going to tonight. I am done, but I'm going to make note of my settings, the 3 settings that I did change: the brake bias, the ABS, the traction control, lap times. I've even my first lap, where I'm still running a little conservative, I'm still getting within that 103% mark. So yeah, so I feel good. I may not be running as fast as those guys, as my other teammates are, but that's okay. I'd rather be consistent than fast, even if that's consistently slow. So anyways, I know it's a long video, minute 14. You keep seeing me do repetitive things. If you're still watching this, I appreciate it. I hope some of this helps. It gives you guys an idea of what I do to get ready for endurance racing. This is exactly my very first test session. This is exactly what I would be doing. I'd call it good, call it done, and next time I come back and test, now I already know where my brake bias needs to be. I can just set it, and I can go out there, and now I can focus on running laps and go from there. I know if I come back and I practice again tomorrow and I spin, I know it's not because my brake bias is wrong. It's because something else is wrong. I can run it. I'm comfortable running it. There's something else that I'm doing to make mistakes. So, anyways, uh, hope this helps. Hopes it gives you guys an idea of how to mess with your brake bias. Um, I will say I use brake bias a lot. I may not use brake bias enough in my weekly series, but I do use it in short track oval racing, and I do it in endurance racing. So Anyways, hope this helps. Hope you guys find the video entertaining. I don't know how many people are going to watch it, but thanks for those that do. And as always, guys, I will see y'all in the next one.